Hi everyone, welcome again to the TaraElla report. Today, I'm going to discuss something controversial. Over the past year, Andrew Yang's campaign has brought people from across the political spectrum together. With his humanity first talk and his practical policies to achieve this vision, Yang has brought former political foes under the same umbrella where they began to work with each other and understand each other more. Yang has single-handedly achieved what mainstream media pundits across the West said nobody could do. He dissolved the divisiveness and the polarization and gave everyone hope in his place. This, I think, is Andrew Yang's biggest gift to the world, even more than the popularization of the UBI. But ever since Yang dropped out, this positive development is looking more and more fragile. I started seeing it on the day that Yang announced he was dropping out. Many of those who supported Yang began discussing where they should go next, and it appeared that Bernie, Biden, Tulsi, and Trump were the four most common choices. As a substantial proportion of the Yang gang came from the Trump camp, I guess it wasn't a surprise that some people said they were now returning to Trump. However, the Yang gang also has a lot of loyal Democrats who plan on voting blue no matter what, and as I understand it, Yang himself is in this camp too. The problem is that the anti-Trump side of the Yang gang has begun to act a bit hostile to the pro-Trump side, even hurling insults at times. It looks like now that Yang is no longer in the race, even the Yang gang itself is losing some of that humanity-first spirit. While I understand that people all have strong opinions, I am disappointed at how the broad-tent, humanity-first approach is now being lost in the arguments. My point is, while it is valid to want to support one's candidate over another, and while it is valid to disagree and argue this on the merits, we shouldn't let the usual political hostilities destroy whatever little hope of bringing humanity together that the Yang campaign created. Now that we've been through the Yang campaign, now that we've built bridges during this campaign, we should know better than to fall into the trap of the mainstream media pundits who want to divide us. The Yang campaign has shown us that people who have a different political affiliation are not the enemy, that we often want similar things, and that the best thing to do in the face of disagreement would be to think harder, engage in rational debate, and have goodwill towards each other. While Yang has been unsuccessful in becoming president this time, these lessons are still very valid, and we should take them seriously going forward. The fact is, and I know this is an unpopular opinion, but the fact is, if there are many people supporting a candidate, then they probably have a very valid reason for doing so. This applies to Bernie, Biden, Trump, and others alike, all of them having given their supporters a lot of hope, perhaps for different reasons. We may not agree with their decision after weighing up the pros and cons, but I guess we at least have to listen to why they made that decision and what they see as the potential good coming out of it. I'm sure there has to be something valid in there. In fact, I think that by endlessly attacking Trump and Trump voters instead of listening to them, the Democrats have lost a major learning opportunity in the past 3 years. This is why, going forward, I would take the approach of trying to appreciate rather than denigrate people who support candidates that I don't agree with. In fact, I have already begun doing that with my What I Like About video series back in January. Every major candidate in the Democratic primaries got one, and I promise to also do one for Trump, as well as the Libertarian and Green candidates closer to the general election. And this will be just the beginning of my stand for fairness and goodwill towards all. Andrew Yang's decision to drop out this time is a major loss for those of us who believe in the humanity-first way. But this doesn't mean we can't still carry this ideal forward, even if we don't have a campaign we can unite around anymore. Instead, I think it's time to take the humanity-first approach to the next level, to appreciate the diversity of thought out there, to treat everyone with goodwill, to start conversations with people to find common ground, to appreciate people's concerns wherever they are coming from, and to never again sink into the partisan bickering, name-calling, and divisive hostility that distracts us from our common ground. Let's take this not left, not right, but forward thing seriously. That's all for today. I'll be back next time to discuss another big idea. Subscribe if you want to follow our story. And remember to resist the hive mind and stay positive. The world depends on it.